As things stand, we are currently 62 games unbeaten across tier 1 and all tournaments. We have just got off stream and we have just done another few runs of tier 1 and it is now currently 80 games unbeaten. If you don't believe me, obviously you can see my user code, you can go enter that and you can have a look for yourself. But we're 80 games unbeaten across tier 1. This video is not about a flex. This video is about showing you how you can do the same. In this video, we'll discuss the team, the players, the tactics, and one last thing that I think is very, very important to achieving this sort of level. But before getting into the team and tactics, I'm just going to prove to you that I'm not lying. As you can see, 4 days ago, we had our last loss online, losing 3-1, which was a bit of a disaster of a performance. But from that loss came an extraordinary run of form. Now here comes the most boring part of the video, essentially me counting from 1 to 62, or in other words, proof. So as you can see, we have our 3-1 loss here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, and that is it. 62 games played, 61 games won, and 1 draw with 0 losses. Just deep that for a second. Not only that, but we had a run of 15 games where we did not concede a single goal. We did not concede a single goal. And how many goals did we score in those 15 games? 55 goals. Just deep that for a second. Just deep that for a second. We did not concede in 15 games, yet we scored 55 goals. This is in tier 1 and tier 1 tournaments. So now, let me teach you how you can do the same. Now, this isn't all just team and tactics. This is the one bit of information I really want to reiterate. Rather than just focusing on the technical side, I want to talk about the mentality. If you're going to win one game after another, you have to believe that you can win game after game. Every game you go into, you have to believe you can win it. If you don't believe you can win it, what is the point? What is the point in playing if you don't believe you can win it? Every single game I go into, I believe I can win it. It's not arrogant, it's me just backing myself. You have to do the same and it will make this process a whole lot easier. The second thing is to remain calm. Easier said than done. We all know how frustrating this game is. It is just pure rage bait at times, but the person who remains calm is usually the person who wins. And what I mean by that is when the usual DLS antics occur, you have to be able to just go SMH and get on with it. And on stream, the chat will tell me about that time and time again. Calm down, calm down. And the minute I listen to them, the minute I start playing better. And the final thing is analyze your opponent's style of play. Look at the formation your opponent's playing, how he plays, where his strong points are, where his weak points are. You have to analyze every single bit of the game. But now let's get into the team and tactics. Obviously, we're running a 3-2-3-2. A lot of you saw my previous tactics video and I was running a 5-2-1-2. But as of recent, I've just found my form with this formation. The 3-2-3-2 and the 5-2-1-2 are very similar formations. The difference is the wing backs operate a lot higher in the 3-2-3-2 than they do in the 5-2-1-2. The primary reason that I've switched to the 3-2-3-2 is due to the attacking aspect. For someone such as myself, I'm really poor at defending. So what that means is it's better for me to attack. I should do most of my defensive work while attacking. And what I mean by that is keeping the ball in the opponent's half. So let's talk a bit about the players and it will offer a bit more of an insight into the tactics behind the team. Team of the year, Donnarumma. By far the best goalkeeper I have used in DLS. He pulls me out of the fire time and time again. Let's begin with the defender that we all have, Virgil van Dijk. Yes, this card is amazing. It is meta and it is in pretty much every single team. But this card does have its flaws. And the biggest issue that I have with Van Dijk is he seems to step up an unnecessary amount. He will go into a tackle, step up, and there's all this space in behind. That is my biggest issue with this card. But that is where Mickey van der Ven at left centre back comes in clutch. Yes, 83 tackling is not very appealing, but let me tell you, in terms of tackles, this card is one of the best in the team. So what that means is when Van Dijk steps up, which he will do, believe me, he will do it, Van der Ven has the pace and physicality to cover. If you watch my live streams, you will see how many times he is tracking the last man and how many times he wins it. It is ridiculous. And then on the right, we have William Saliba. I've heard a lot of people say this card is too casual in DLS, and what they mean by that is he does not contest challenges enough. And you know what? I agree. I completely agree. He doesn't contest challenges too often. But what he does do is cover all the pockets. Whenever McTominay, Rodri, Rudiger get pulled out of position, Saliba is there to cover. He is rarely ever out of position. Yes, I try avoid making tackles with him, but I do that with all my centre backs. Gabriel and Rudiger are left and right wing back. Let's talk about that. Obviously, when it comes to a wing back, most people will be playing fullbacks, not centre halves. But this is where the FF45 ball comes into play. You all know how bad the C-spam is in this game, and having Gabriel and Rudiger at left and right wing back mean that will be very much countered. Gabriel is absolutely phenomenal in the air. It doesn't matter if the player is taller, he seems to win an unholy amount of aerial duels. Unfortunately, his tackling is not 100, but he still can make a phenomenal tackle. And again, Gabriel and Rudiger, they're both going to offer more defensive options. Their tackling is unbelievable. All I need them to be able to do is win the ball and lay it off to another player. Rudiger is a bit different to Gabriel because, hand on my heart, this is the best right back there is in the game. The sheer power, pace and physicality of Rudiger is unmatched. When he gets this ball, when he picks it up here, I just run down the sideline. I run down the sideline using the big touch, and Rudiger rarely loses the ball. He's like a freight train just leaving players in his dust. Not only is he phenomenal defensively, but attacking, he's unbelievable. He scores a ridiculous amount of goals. Yes, it says 56 shooting, but believe me, you use B, full power on B, those centre halves can score as well. Rodri in the CDM role. As most of you know, it used to be Paul Pogba. This is what I really like about Rodri. The way he plays in game is very, very different to Pogba. Obviously, Pogba offers more of an attacking option. Rodri offers a far more defensive option, covering the gaps in between Van der Ven, Van Dijk and Saliba. He will play in those pockets and he will cover your backline like very few CDMs will. Yes, his shooting isn't brilliant. He doesn't offer much going forward, but he's not in the team for that. He's in the team to cover the defense and offer a more controlled midfield. Scott McTominay, our captain, our leader, the heartbeat of the team. He's the engine room. He is everything. This card does the defensive work. He does the dirty work that no other player will do. He gets forward. He scores goals. He gets assists. He does everything. This screenshot just sums it up. 45 minutes into the game, obviously McTominay's in CDM and he's got himself a hat trick. I mean, it's just the coldest screenshot I have of DLS. I have nothing else I can say about this card. He's the captain for a reason. There isn't a thing he can't do in this game. He's just at the heart of everything we've ever done in this game. Erling Haaland playing the cam. Yes, it's very odd. And given the 86 passing, Haaland is not great for cam. He's not great for cam in terms of passing. But what he is great for is holding the ball up, playing with his back to goal, and then when it comes time for Gabriel or Rudiger to cross it into the box, he will get into the box. And you know it's Haaland. He will get on the end of everything. He'll get on the end of anything and he will turn it into a goal. Not only does Haaland offer an enormous physical presence in and around the box, a vital role in his play is to hold the ball up. What I mean by that is we're getting the ball with Rodri or McTominay. We're playing ball to feet with Haaland and we're playing back to goal, holding that play up and waiting for the overlapping run of Gabriel or Rudiger. And from there, we're going to aim for the corner flag and we're going to cross it back into the box. And having two two-footed players like Ronaldo and Trezeguet, we're usually going to get a goal from it. Champion Ronaldo, the best card in the game. I don't want to hear otherwise. He's two-footed, he's 187 centimeters, and he has 7/100 stats. What more do I need to say about this card, honestly? And just like Ronaldo, here is another monster of a card. David Trezeguet, this is the closest card you will find to Champion Ronaldo. Two-footed, 190 centimeters, has 5 on 100 stats, and has 90 stats on the control on passing. What more do you want? The way that Ronaldo and Trezeguet play, it is pretty much free roam. We score goals picking the ball up from deep. We score goals from crossing it into the box. They can go 1v1. The shooting's ridiculous. The dribbling's ridiculous. There's nothing more I need to say. I honestly would like to say a lot more about these two cards, but I feel like they do speak for themselves. I don't really need to go into detail of why these cards are good and what they do. Essentially what they do is they score goals and win us games. The first card on the bench is 98 Cristiano Ronaldo. What is this card used for? This card is used to substitute the other Ronaldo. Yes, we substitute a 98 Ronaldo with a 98 Ronaldo. It's disgusting, I know. 98 champion Messi, an amazing card, one of the best dribblers in this game. And what is his role in this team? He comes on for Haaland and he does what Messi does. He links up the play, he scores goals, he gets assists. Yes, I know it's weird that he doesn't start, but I feel like I have explained why Haaland does start over Messi and anyone else. Team of the Year Hakimi, one of the most versatile cards in this game. And that is exactly why this card is in the team. He can play in any position, he can play anywhere, anytime, any day, and he is going to do well. Usually I just substitute Rudiger for Hakimi and he offers a more attacking option, but it depends on how we're going with the game. Igor Thiago, a card that has been so heavily nerfed. If you guys remember the upgrade and review of this card, he was absolutely monstrous. I had this card starting over Haaland. He was playing striker with Ronaldo up front. Obviously, since we've got Trezeguet, things have changed, but this card was amazing. And you know what? He still is decent. He's just not the same as he was before. Before, he was one of the best cards in the game. Now he is still good. But the honest purpose that this card serves is to come on for the corner tactics and cross spamming. Yes, I know it is bad, but it is the harsh reality. Kenan Yildiz, another card that I do think has been nerfed. Again, this is another phenomenal card. The same height as Ronaldo, 6'100" stats, 2-footed. He's an amazing card. And where Yildiz usually comes into play is he either comes on at cam or striker. Again, it is dependent on how the game is going. If I think I need to exploit the crossing method and the corner tactic, I'll play Yildiz at cam and play Ronaldo and Thiago up front. Paul Pogba, one of my favorite players in the game. It's heartbreaking to know that he's sitting on the bench, but it just had to be done. He offers far more going forward than Rodri does, but because the defense is the worst aspect of my game, it is the reason that we're playing Rodri over Paul Pogba. But the usual substitute for Paul Pogba is either to come on for Rodri or to come on at left wing back or right wing back, given the fact he's 2-footed, and basically defend against the cross spammers. I'm not joking you, that is his role. Anthony Robinson, the best fullback in the game. I don't want to hear otherwise. He's better than Team of the Year Hakimi. He's better than Team of the Year Nuno Mendes. He is just phenomenal. And given what I just said, I hear you asking, FF45, why don't you start him? Because he's not 190 centimeters. This card is so rapid. He will skin players again and again and again. He will also win a lot of aerial balls. He will go shoulder to shoulder. He's just a brilliant card. Obviously, the shooting is a bit of an issue on this card, but again, I do play centre halves as wing backs, so it is not unfamiliar territory. And last but not least, we have Dean Houghton, an amazing card, not great at centre back, but unbelievable at CDM. But similar to Paul Pogba, his role in this team is to come on at left or right wing back and defend against the cross spammers, or come on when we need to exploit the corner tactic. I hope this video has been useful to you. I hope you've learned something from it, and I hope you can recreate a similar run of form to myself. And believe me, you certainly can. If I didn't think you could, I wouldn't make this video. So if this video did help you out, please feel free to like and subscribe, as it really does help me out and I'll be very grateful for it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out and God bless you all.